Hello, everybody. This is made for 18 and up, no kids allowed. And I'm going to be reading from Genesis. I'm frozen. Now, I'll be right back, guys. I'm frozen. Genesis 19, verse 1. If you have your Bibles, please follow along. Okay. Then the two angels arrived at Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom and evening, and Lot was sitting in the gateway of the city. Yes, Sam, I have gloves at home. Medical gloves. When he saw them, he got up to meet them and bowed down with his face to the ground. My lords, he said, please return aside to your servant's house. You can wash your feet and spend the night, then go on your way early in the morning. No, they answered, we will spend the night in the square. But he insisted so strongly that they did go with him and entered his house. He prepared a meal for them, for breaking bread without yeast, and they ate. Before they had gone to bed, all the men from every part of the city of Sodom, both young and old, surrounded the house. They called to Lot, where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so we can have sex with them. Lot went outside to meet them and shut the door behind him and said, no, my friends, don't do this wicked thing. Look, I have two daughters who had never slept with a man. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do what you like with them. But don't do anything to these men, for they have not come under the protection of my roof. Hello, fried chicken. Get out of the way, they replied. This fellow came here as a foreigner, and now he wants to play the judge. We'll treat you worse than them. They kept bringing pressure on Lot and moved forward to break down the door. But the men inside reached out and pulled Lot back into the house and shut the door. Then they struck the men who were at the door of the house, young and old, with blindness, so that they could not find the door. Then the two men said to Lot, do you have anyone else here? Son in laws or daughters or anyone else in the city who belong to you? Get them out of here, because we are going to destroy this place. The outcry to the Lord against this people is great, that he has sent us to destroy it. So Lot went out and spoke to his son in laws who were pledged to marry his daughters. He said, "Hurry, get out of this place, because the Lord is about to destroy the city." But the son in laws thought he was joking. With the coming of dawn, the angels urged Lot, saying, "Hurry, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, or you will be swept away when the city is uh, punished." When he hesitated, the man grasped his hand, and the hands of his wife and of his 2 daughters, and led them safely out of the city, for the Lord was merciful to them. As soon as they had brought them out, one of them said, Flee for your lives. Don't look back, and don't stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains, or you'll be swept away." Let me get my computer charger, guys. Okay. But Lot said to them, "No, my lord, please. Your servant has found favor in your eyes, and you have shown great kindness to me in sparing my life. But I cannot flee to the mountains. This disaster will overtake me, and I'll die. Look, here's a town near enough to run to, and it is small. Let me flee to it. It is very small, isn't it? Then my life will be spared." He said to him, "Very well. I will not grant this request too. I will not overthrow the town you speak of, but flee there quickly, because I cannot do anything until you reach it." This is why the town was called Zor. By the time Lot reached Zor, the sun had risen over the land. Then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord of the heavens. Thus he overthrew those cities and the entire place, destroying all those living in the cities, and also the vegetation in the land. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Early the next morning, Abraham got up and returned to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked down towards Sodom and Gomorrah, towards all the land of the plain, and he saw dense smoke rising from the land, like smoke from a furnace. So when God destroyed the cities of the plain, he remembered Abraham, and he brought Lot out of the catastrophe that overthrew the cities where Lot had lived. What do you guys think about this so far? This is what me and my husband's going to do every night, correct? Lot and his daughter. Lot and his 2 daughters left Zor and settled in the mountain, for he was afraid to stay in Zor. He and his 2 daughters lived in a cave. One day the older daughter said to the younger, "Our father is old, and there's no man around here to give us children, as it is the custom over the earth. Let us get our father to drink wine, and then sleep with him, and preserve our family line through our father." That night they got to their father to drink wine, and the older daughter went and slept with him. He was not aware of it when she lay down or when she got up. The next day The older daughter said to the younger, "Last night I slept with my father. Let's get him to drink wine again tonight, and you go in and sleep with him so we can preserve our family line through our father." So they got their father to drink wine that night also, and younger daughter went and slept with him again. He was not aware of it when she got up, when she lay down, and when she got up. So both of Lot's daughters became pregnant by the father. The older daughter had a son, and she named him Moab. He is the father of the Moabites of today. The younger daughter had a son, and she called him Benamite. He is the father of the Amorites today. Genesis 20, verse 1. Now Abraham moved on from there into a region in Nineveh and lived there Kadesh and Sur. For a while he stayed in Gerar. And there Abraham said to his wife Sarah, "She's my sister." Then Amalek king of Gerar sent for Sarah and took her. But God came to Amalek in a dream one night and said to him, "You are good as dead, because the woman you have taken, she is a married woman." Now Amalek had not gone near her, or so he said. Lord will destroy an innocent nation. When Jim gets done, he'll read to you guys. We're in Genesis 20.
How many what?
10. They want you to read. I can put them up there. Hello, Kenneth Bird. Welcome in. Hello, fried chicken. Hi, Sam. I am. Sam asked me, "Do you have gloves?"
Gloves?
Yes.
Let me find that box of gloves. That's when it wasn't last night.
There's two right there on that table.
Oh, I found them.
Here, Sam. I am. Look. Stretch vinyl exam gloves.
Oh my God.
With 50 gloves in it for you. You want to read them?
Yeah.
Some of these words are like Amalek. Okay.
Yeah.
The pastor's going to read. Move that stuff real quick.
No, I ain't move that stuff. Just take the whole computer.
Okay, they want you to. Genesis
20.
20, verse.
Let's see. Let me fix this computer. There we go.
7.
27. 20 verse 7.
Yeah.
I got set you up better. I can set you on this table right here. Yeah, boy.
They want you to read all night.
All right.
Yeah.
Run outside for 20 years, won't they? 27.
Yeah.
Now, therefore, restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, now thou shalt surely die. Thou and all that are done. Therefore, Amalek rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told all these things in their ears, and the men were sore afraid. Then Amalek called Abraham and said unto him, What hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and one on my kingdom a great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not be done to be done. And Amalek said unto Abraham, What sawest thou that thou hast done this thing? And Abraham said, Because I thought surely that the fear of God is not in the place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. And yet indeed she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. And it came to pass when God cursed me to cause me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, This is thy kindness which thou shalt shew unto me at every place whither we shall come. Say of me, He is my brother. And Amalek took sheep and oxen and mincer, vance, and woman servants, and gave them unto Abraham, and restored him Sarah his wife. And Amalek said, Because my land is before thee, dwell where it pleased thee. And unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given thy brother and 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes unto all that are with thee. And with all other, thus she was reproved. So Abraham prayed unto God, and God healed Amalek and his wife and his maidservants, and they bear children. For the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Amalek because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Yes, the whole thing there.
Remember what she said. Hold on.
You want to read another? Huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Get her done.
Just gonna move it close to him, too.
I'm gonna set it right here.
Or you can sit here too.
I will, man.
Okay. Where is he? Okay. Genesis 21. You please send me my drink.
Yeah, what's that?
You follow along, babe?
There you go.
You follow along?
Yeah, if you want to. Can you get my drink coffee?
Go get Spots of food and water.
No.
Let's read this real quick. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
The birth of Isaac. Now the Lord was gracious to Sarah, and he had said to the Lord, did for Sarah what he had promised. Sarah became pregnant and bore a son to Abraham in his old age at the very time God had promised him. Abraham gave the name Isaac to the son Sarah bore him. When his son Isaac was 8 days old, Abraham circumcised him, as God commanded him. Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. Sarah said, God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me. And she added, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? Yet I have borne him a son in his old age. Hagar and Ishmael sent away. The children grew and was weaned. And on the day Isaac was weaned, Abraham had a great feast. But Sarah said that the son whom Hagar and the Egyptian had born to Abraham was mocking. We're going to stop right there. Write that down, baby.
What is it?
Genesis 21. Guys, we're going to come back on here at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
10 o'clock, and Jim's going to read you about 5 chapters.
Yeah, I read.
Talk to you guys at 10 o'clock. Thank you for joining.